everyone, Region Manager Earl Kelly coming at you today to do something special to recognize our summer campaign Lancelot Leadership Award nominees and our winner. For those of you who haven't seen this before, our Lancelot Award was an award created by former CEO Mike Lancelot. Mike was someone who worked with us as a student while he was at the University of Delaware. During his career, he became the #1 rep, he became the #1 district manager, he became the #1 division manager, and eventually #1 zone manager before he became the president and CEO of Vector Marketing Corporation. Mike created this award after his retirement because he wanted to inspire new people to go after a leadership role even before they got promoted into management. And when I think about what an award like this means, some of the things that we look at, obviously it is sales consistency and sales leadership. But Mike Lancelot always wanted the award to mean more than that. So other things were someone who was eager for personal growth, someone who led others to success as well, both in their office and out of their office. You could see this in the form of field training or in coaching at team meetings. Someone who was honest, someone who was trustworthy, someone who was well respected and helped challenge other people around them. We can go on with the qualities and attributes, but what we're looking for is someone who made an impact not just through their own personal sales, but through their actions and helping other people achieve as well. And now what I'd like to do is present to you the nominees from the Northeast region for the summer of 2013. Our first nominee will be Joe Lancelot from the NYPD division. Joe is someone who sold $27,000 for us this summer, so that's a great mark in itself. But he field trained right from the start. And what was impressive about Joe, he just didn't field train people in his own office, which is very normal of an office leader, but he field trained people from many offices throughout the entire division. He became a powerful leader in his office very quickly. He was coaching reps, sharing ideas, and because of his leadership, he was promoted to a position of assistant manager. Now, our Lancelot Award leader can't start the campaign as a manager, but if because of the leadership they get promoted to management, then obviously that's something that is a mark in their favor. He also helped out with the Fair and Show team over the course of his time, and working as an assistant manager during the summertime, he went on to do PDI, PCs, his first interview, and also ran a training. So what I think is impressive about Joe is that while he was doing all these things, he still was able to be a top rep and sell $27,000. He wanted to be one of the lead branch candidates, and right at the end of the summer, he put $2,000 aside in his management savings fund, and he continues to be a great example for others in the organization. So congratulations, Joe. Great work this summer. Congratulations on your nominee. Our next nominee is from the Titan division, and that is Andrew Hall. Andrew comes from the Lower Westchester office with Tracy Stabile and goes to University of Kansas. Andrew this summer sold $29,000, which again is impressive right from the start. But his impact was a lot greater than just selling $29,000. The Lower Westchester office was one of our newer offices, just opened this summer, and obviously that gave an opportunity for Andrew to be a leader in the office. He did lead in sales, and he was the rep to beat every single week, as Manager Tracy said, but he took many reps under his wing right from the get-go and really helped develop a core of leaders in the office, which propelled them to be one of our top new district offices. He was field training people. He did well over 20 field trainings this summer. He was also PDIing people without being asked by the manager, just trying to coach people and help that core of people continue to grow and do better. He had in-office coaching conversations. He challenged people to think bigger, and he constantly led through the discipline of his actions. He exemplified leadership and had a great first summer. So, Andrew, I want to say again, thank you to you for your great leadership and the impact that you made. Our next nominee is from the Powerhouse division, that is Taylor Denton. Taylor attends Syracuse University. She worked in the Bucks County office this summer. She started in January and sold around school during the spring, and then she went on to sell $42,000 this summer and finished in the top 40 in the All-American Scholarship race. John said that she was a great role model for all the new representatives in many forms. Mr. Wasserman talked about her professionalism and how she presented herself and how she attended the team meetings and made an impact. He talked about her work ethic and her consistency. Some of the examples of this can be seen in the fact that she was the #1 rep at SC1, but then right after that had 11 weeks in a row over $1,000. She had two $10,000 push weeks and also had another $8,000 week that wasn't connected. You don't achieve numbers like that without consistency and work ethic, and it's great to see. She showed the one trait, eager to learn and then sharing with others. She connected with many of the top reps, especially from the summer before, picked their brains, asked them for ideas because she wanted to be one of the top reps in the summer. And it was great to see her learning and growing and then sharing that same information with others. She would take the ideas and share them at team meetings and at divisional events. And her success propelled her to have an opportunity to have a table at our SC2 when people had tables of champions and they go ask questions. She shared ideas and had lots of people impacted during the course of that time as well. So Taylor, again, I want to thank you for your leadership this summer. Excellent job in setting the pace and also for making a difference to so many people around you. Our next nominee comes from the New Jersey Legacy Division, and that is Neil Rothenberg. Neil is a University of Pittsburgh student, but he started with us this past spring as a senior in high school. While Neil was going to school, he had a $5,300 fast start, which is awesome to see while balancing school. And then right after that, his first 3 weeks after that, he sold $2,500 in each of those weeks. So again, another example of consistency as also good work ethic because attending school and achieving sales success at the same time. Neil was the #1 rep in the division for the summer with over $30,000 in sales. He also had a $10,000 push period, which again demonstrates his work ethic. What was impressive to Mike Chu was how Neil impacted people in the division. When he was at events, he always sat up front. He was always engaged. He naturally led by example. Mike said whenever I had an assignment, he always had it done. He came in with big goals. He came in with plans. And this affected the attitudes and planning of other people around him, even those that were more senior to Neil in the division. He impacted people through his consistency, his work ethic. He had only 2 weeks over the entire summer that were under $1,000 in sales. That's really impressive. And out of those 2 weeks that were under 1,000, they weren't under 850. So really demonstrated, even when he went on vacation, was consistent in making sure that he made an attempt to get on the newsletter and to be that model of consistency. A great example of how he never gave up on his goals was the SC2 push period. During the push period, he had a vacation the first week, and he did have some sales, as we just mentioned, but he came back from vacation, and he came back. A lot of people would be discouraged by that and not feel they could hit their goals. He came back with an $8,000 week, and then in the final 3 days of the push, sold $4,000 to have a $12,000 push. Obviously, leadership is demonstrated by people emotionally handling themselves, leading themselves, and having the character to finish on things they want to do. He was field trained right from the beginning of his career. He had a positive influence on everybody else around him, not just through his examples, but also by taking people aside and coaching them and sharing ideas with them. And Charlie Rudy said he really made a tremendous impact on the new representatives in the office over the course of the summertime and helped them have a fantastic summer. So Neil, again, I want to congratulate you and thank you for your leadership. Awesome job. And our final nominee is from the United Division, a student at Villanova University, and that is Mr. Mike Harper from the North Boston office. Mike had worked with us previous to this summer. He was working around hockey. He plays hockey for Villanova and is a very avid hockey player, and he also had another job. So when he started this summer, he was only about $7,000 in sales. But right before the summer, he gave Ryan Trembler, his division manager and district manager, a call and talked to Ryan about, I want to commit to being a full-time representative this summer because I realize the opportunity, the income that I can make and the experience that I can gain, and I don't really feel I took it seriously before. Now, for those of us that are managers, many times we've had someone say that to us, and then when they come back, a lot of times it takes them like a week or two to kind of get themselves going. We often have to help them with field training just to get in the momentum and the swing of things. What was impressive is Mike was serious. He came back attacking right away. He phoned right away before he had any PCs. He jumped right into demos and got the summer started off with a bang as soon as he came home. One of the things that Ryan said is, Mike never did anything by himself. Whenever he did something, he always tried to have people with him so he could make a difference and impact other people around him. As an example, one of the top new reps in the North Boston office was Harry Brown. And in Harry's first week, Mike was in the office making phone calls, and Harry came in to make morning phone calls, and Mike said, let's make phone calls together. Harry was having some problems, and Mike wouldn't let him give up until he got 2 more demos booked, and they both went out that day and had a $1,000 day. He then committed with Harry to make sure they made phone calls together 3 to 4 times a week, and he did this with many other representatives. Ryan said that Mike's impact, Mike Harper's impact, really helped the morning phone jam culture be the best it's ever been in North Boston. He was their lead field trainer in the office. That's something that you would expect from someone getting a Lancelot leadership nominee. And he was also leader of their 10K Alliance. He was talking to people about it all summer long. Now that's something that usually a manager does, but Mike was never in management. But he talked to people all summer long about how he couldn't wait for it, what he was excited about, how he was hoping they would get excited about it, and he would do this at the morning phone jam cultures. Brian said it was no surprise to him that the North Boston office had the most $10,000 SC2 Push Week winners than they've ever had, and he really felt that Mike Harper had a big part of it. Ryan went on to say that he felt that Mike had more impact in the office than any of the AMs because of the leadership he could provide, because he was on the peer level with the representatives, and he always followed up everything that he encouraged them to do with his own actions. So he led by example. Another great example of Mike doing a job of impacting somebody else, when we get a chance to lead, we don't just lead to people down or people's side, we also can lead to people above us. Matt Foss was a branch manager and a top sales representative for our organization. And when Matt was closing up his branch, all of our branches sell during the month of August. Matt came back into the pilot office to do his phone calling and to start his sales. And that's when Matt really got a chance to start working next to Mike Harper. And he goes, I thought I was one who brought the energy into the office. And after being a branch, I expected that for myself. He goes, but Mike impacted me. He got me fired up about selling. He got me fired up about expectations again. And I have over $100,000 in personal sales. And that's just something great to see from a new representative. So, again, Mike Harper is our nominee for the United Division. Fantastic job. Congratulations, Mike, on the work that you did and the impact that you made. I want to thank you again, all of our nominees, for the fantastic job that you did in impacting and leading others this summer. It's always hard to pick a winner from such a great group of people. Everyone could be argued that they deserve an award like this, but we have to pick a winner. I do want to say that each of the nominees will receive a framed certificate recognizing their leadership, and I hope you felt the rewards personally by just making a difference to somebody else. But our winner will receive a framed letter from Mike Lancelot, as well as a check for $1,000 to demonstrate the value that they provided as a leader. And our winner is Mr. Mike Harper from the United Division. Congratulations, Mike. Excellent job. But I want to again say thank you to everybody for the fantastic job that you did in leadership. If you're watching this video, I encourage you to think about when you could be a Lancelot leadership candidate in the next campaign coming up and how you can make a difference to others around you. See you, everyone.